Sunday afternoon with blues.
Oh, Sunday afternoon for you, Sunday morning for me.
Oh yeah, sorry guys, yeah, time lags and all that sort of stuff.
But oh well.
Gotcha. I've got to be as British as possible, really, for your
Gotta
customers.
be as British as possible.
Shall I go and put a red coat on or something? You know.
The British are coming, the British are coming. Or I should say, the redcoats are coming, the redcoats are coming, and... Oh, that guy escaped. I had an overabundance of infantry on this game because everybody kept quitting.
Well, there's an interesting thing. Is supposedly there's a Red Dragon rumour that I've been trying to follow up, but I don't think it can't be true. Because they want to put tactical weapons in this game. Now guys, you know, a tactical nuclear weapon in the sub-kiloton range would be quite interesting because it would be equivalent to a, you know, you fire that off something like a Frog 7 or a Lance. That's really going to ruin somebody's day. You know, that's going to clear. Yeah? But there ought to be consequences. You press that button, there's got to be consequences, yeah? You know,
Their army-sized doubles to get because of the reinforcements.
Yeah, and I think, you know, you've got areas irradiated, you've got to, there's problems, just trust me on all this. The other thing is, I think, for the period, it is being played rather nicely in that we're not having chemical weapons here. We haven't got chemical weapons, and also we haven't got a lot of the more advanced munitions like in engineering, so that's things like fast can minefields, field artillery scattered mines, yeah, which can be launched from helicopters and all sorts of different things. So,
I think we don't have that because of the software and logistics issues from that.
Oh yeah, it would be. Fast cam, it would be, yeah. I agree. There are limitations on what software engineering can produce for you.
Oh, right now it's hardware limitations, what it can run.
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, there's hardware out there that will quite capable of doing it, but the problem is the average Joe in the street doesn't possess it.
Yeah.
And that's
software, you can write any bit of software you want. There's no guarantee it'll run.
Well, somebody did ask me once, you know, when I said, you know, you give me the budget, I'll do any project you damn please. So they said, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, you give me the budget and I'll put a man on the Mars and bring him back. You've just got to give me the budget. I might not be as good at NASA at doing it, but I can do it for you. And this is true of anything. When I write a computer program to do something, to play a game, we can write it, but the consequences are everybody's got to buy stupendous. You wouldn't have better had a game like this 5 years ago, as good as this.
No.
So, you know, you have to go with the flow, and Eugene have been a really good company in terms of producing a product like this. I think it rates alongside the Total War series.
I think their campaign system is kind of handled a little bit better than the Total War series, too.
Yeah,
because you can fight a battle to a draw and carry it on the next turn. In Total War, it's all or nothing. You win or you lose instantaneously, which, well, given many of the time periods you're dealing with, is pretty accurate, but not always.
Oh well, if you want to view over on the right now, you're going to see my to the right of Paul, guys. You'll see my massed attack, which gets absolutely slaughtered by NATO. I get T55Ls, which are a nice standard T55, to be honest. I'm scrolling in here to watch the boys going forward. You know, oh wow, that is just so special. I love the detail in this game. So, because it's designed for you to do these reviews. So I'm just gassing away here like I'm smoking something, and I haven't, ladies and gentlemen, just had me dinner. So don't do things like
I was looking at some of my helicopters. Are they going off yet? No, you're still building up.
I'll give you a shout when we kick off. Oh, I can see some little flak vehicles coming up. Here we go, we're moving off now,
Kill a Leopard 2 with a friggin' 23mm autocannon on a helicopter.
Yeah, that'll do it. I mean, you got to allow for a fact that tanks, even modern ones, don't exactly have a lot of deck armour.
No.
You know.
They saw this early, they're already marking it.
Oh, I know. It was heroic stuff. It's classic Soviet. And yeah, watching it, it's brilliant. You've got this wave of tanks coming forward. Here goes my supporting artillery coming in to try and.
The convenient thing is, it pulled their tanks away from the other side. Now, if we had a force there to attack with, it would have been great.
Well, the idea was to try and stop their attack pressing forward across into the town. It did give you that bit of time and probably saved the game because they weren't able to attack up onto that ridge.
And it gave us time to occupy the village there.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing is, in this game, you don't always have to win with your attacks. You can get away by helping elsewhere via distraction. They were attacking this way, towards this town over to here, and then Jester here comes and attacks from their, well,
their left, but
their left. And it distracts them, they pull everything over to their left to stop the attack. Really, they could have stopped with a heck of a lot less than what they threw over. But they sent their entire army to stop their attack, and then I could occupy the city.
Yeah.
You don't have to win the offensive, you just throw them off balance. That could be more than enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw here, I'm now, rather than expending my units to certain death, I've fired my rockets off again. That's another problem with those, a little problem with those BM-24s. I really could have done with them putting a load of smoke down.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know, I'm driving T-55s here, guys, and I'm withdrawing, and we then made a tactical withdrawal back to our start line with I'd lost 3/4 of the vehicles, but it didn't matter because I was able to withdraw.
Mm-hmm. And it still distracted them from their attack, and we've occupied the village, so they're going to have a much harder time going through there.
Yeah, it was a spoiling attack. I mean, I'll be honest, if I'd have found nothing on that ridge and rolled over the top because they were busy matching up against you, then you know, all the better. We'll see more of that idea later. We don't want to spoil the show, do we, really?
Boy, do they have a lot of tanks up there.
Yeah, you're watching it. I'm watching it only in the packed only view. I mean, I might actually go for a neutral view and just see what I get.
Oh, do it.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's, you know, I mentioned about Red Dragon and a tactical nuclear weapon.
Oh, that would be perfect right there.
Yeah. But actually, even though sort of long-range heavy missiles would be quite fun in this, although they've got quite a blast zone, they would...
Call it a cruise missile?
No, something like a Frog, which is free flight rocket overground, a Frog. Frog 7, a Lance, something like that. Battlefield rockets, but not salvo rockets, we're talking kid rocket, yeah? They used to carry a 1,000-pound plus warhead in conventional tactical nuclear weapon. Are you still there?
Yeah, hold on. I'm back. Did you pause?
I didn't know. Sorry.
Okay, good, because I didn't either.
Good.
Yeah, I had to. My mom's leaving the house at the moment, so.
All right.
Love you too, Mom.
Hope that's on the video.
Oh yeah, it's on the video.
Oh, good. Because you should always, ladies and gentlemen, you should always love your mother. Treat her right.
I didn't mute it for most of the conversation. Oh well, moving on. Not much has happened.
No, the interesting thing, I've now switched to my, you can't see my view, ladies and gentlemen, I'm watching now that, like Jed, I'm watching the overall view. In my opinion, NATO was in a position to launch a massive attack at this sort of 35-minute point, which would have probably won the game. They could have rolled us up.
They're letting me kill their leopards in the woods, north of Nicholas, or above Nicholas.
Yeah.
There's no north, south, east, west on this map, because when you turn, it rotates the map.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of an issue. It would be nice to have a compass imposed on it so you can actually refer to it if you're talking.
Well, north is always their side of the map. Regardless of which side the map is turned, it's always their side. There we go.
Well, yeah.
We'll just put it
That's
that
easy.
way.
I mean, I'm looking at towards NATO from the packed line, so you know.
Oh god, they could have just plowed right on through the right. They could have plowed through the right, they could have plowed through the left. Granted, the left would have been more entertaining because of all the T-55s that got just below the ridge.
But the interesting thing is, on the right, they've definitely got...
massive superiority.
If you look actually in front of Elena, or is it Echo? I don't know whether it's Echo, called Echo. The actual NATO position there is particularly weak. Sorry, the pack position is particularly weak. Just a few Tungus, just anti-aircraft guns. They could have rolled off that, rolled off their central hill there, and come out, and there was nothing in that town in Elena. We were completely exposed. And that's another important point, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this from the perspective of a replay where we can see where everybody's units, but NATO can't. So they're making an assumption that what's in front of them is tougher than what they've got. And that's another nice feature about the game. The fog of war works like fog of war. It's not false.
Mm-hmm. You're never quite sure what they have while you're playing. It's like they could have plowed through this on the right.
Yeah.
It would have still hurt, but they could have done it. But they don't know that. They could have also done it on the left. That would have hurt a hell of a lot more.
Oh.
But they could have done it.
The main thing is definitely in the centre, though. There was nothing to stop them attacking in the centre.
There usually isn't on this map.
Yeah, I've had a couple of recent battles, though, where the enemy has decided that coming up into Echo or Elena would be the way forward. That they're generally feeling there wasn't. The problem is, on both games, they've run into my entire Polish brigade deployed in Elena in defence. Because I like to build up there as a sort of strong base to move out and attack. And I'd built up in there with my army. And, wow, one British player really regretted it. I hate to say this because it's my own country and my own nation and my own troops, but they got slaughtered. It really was. Salvos of missiles and rockets. It just wasn't what he was expecting, and he got really spanked. You know, it really hurt.
Oh, this is hilarious. Do you see the marks in, well, what's on my screen, Lima, but where we had that one big fight?
Lima. Oh! Ooh.
Can we clear these fuckers out? Yeah, let's all focus here. Easy to attack, easy to win. Okay. Well, no, that didn't... Yeah, you'll see. That was fun. Oh, that was a battle.
This stage is the start of the sort of battle that... You know, clearly NATO has an advantage here. They surround the Leonid or what position, yeah? Now,
it is exposed.
It is an exposed position. It's difficult to reinforce. It is quite difficult. What NATO didn't expect were the Polish. Now, I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I sacrificed more Polish people than you can imagine. But they fight like dogs. And it's going to cost NATO. If they want that, they're going to have to pay the ferryman. And I'm telling you now, what happens next, it's not pretty. But it's hilariously funny for us.
We got, like, Class A. We have 2 Polish Class C decks. The best tank we have is a T-55L. At least that was the best I had. I don't know if you've got the T-55A, which are essentially the same thing.
I got T-55s and T-55Ls. I didn't get the T-72s. I don't even think I've got T-34s. I might have T-34s. But more on T-34s later, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. And so, we're 2 Class C decks. Minor nation decks, specifically. No other country's units involved in these decks.